Many thanks for joining us again on the newsroom. A road accident involving two trucks and a fully loaded fuel tanker on the Kara Bridge has resulted in a major gridlock on traffic inward and outbound lanes of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. It was gathered that two people were injured in the accident, which happened at about 1:45 a.m. early on Friday morning. At the moment, a part of the bridge has been cordoned off while transloading of fuel is ongoing. Firefighters as well as men of the FRSC are on ground at the scene of the crash. In June, a part of the outbound Kara Bridge on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway was shut down by the Federal Ministry of Works to enable the ministry carry out an integrity test on the infrastructure and determine its serviceability. The move came on the heels of numerous accidents that have occurred on the bridge over time. President Muhammadu Buhari has warned ministers and heads of government agencies not to disrespect or undermine the National Assembly. The warning is coming hours after the management of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, walked out on a House of Representatives committee probing the NDDC's finances. Speaking after a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja, Senate President Ahmed Lawan said the National Assembly is committed to improving the working relationship between the executive and the legislative arm of government.
Whatever we would do to ensure that the administration work for Nigerians, we will do that. And this is to enhance the relationship between the legislature and the executive, to commit ourselves to ensuring that we work together. Here, I mean, both the legislature and the executive must at all times work in the interest of the people of this country. The president has been quite supportive of the legislature as well. You recall that in the processing of the budget of last year, Mr. President made a very categorical statement that no minister at that time should travel out of Nigeria without going to the National Assembly to defend his or her budget. That was never done before, and that was in support. And in almost every public engagement, the president will commend the members of the National Assembly. So Mr. President is in full support of the National Assembly and what we do. If you are an appointee of the president, you are supposed to be reflective of the attitude of the president towards the National Assembly. And the National Assembly will continue to work with Mr. President, but the National Assembly will take exception to any attitude or disposition that is not in support of the harmony in the relationship between the two arms of government.
Suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, has expressed confidence that he would be cleared of corruption allegations leveled against him and reinstated to office. Speaking in an interview through his lawyer, Wahab Shitu, Magu said the allegations against him are fabricated and he is ready to face the probe up until the end. The statement is coming hours after Shitu sent a letter to the investigative panel probing Magu, denying a series of allegations reported in the media against his client. He specifically denied giving 4 billion naira to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and 28 million naira to Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana. The family of Tolulokpe Arotile, the first female combat helicopter pilot of the Nigerian Air Force, has demanded a probe on her death. In an interview, Damilola Adigboye, her immediate elder sister, said the family is not convinced with the Air Force's explanation that she died in a freak accident. Arotile was said to have died when a former classmate knocked her down while she was running to greet her at the Kaduna Air Force Base. Adigboye in the interview recalled that they were together when Arotile received a call from someone that is likely to be a senior colleague and reluctantly left for the base as instructed, only to die about an hour later. We'll take a break here to bring you more stories. Stay with us.
Chegun.
Alpha, shey tomorrow still dey on?
What's your tomorrow?
Community meeting na.
You know they hear Abi?
Na begi. See, if we meet for my house, inside parlor, then go know.
This COVID-19 is not a child's play. If you want to elect a new secretary, we fit do one for WhatsApp, or for Skype, or even on Zoom. Or we just wait. I will not negotiate this social distancing. It is non-negotiable.
Not every infected person shows symptoms, but every infected person is contagious. Avoid large gatherings and self-isolate if you think you might have come in contact with a carrier. Your safety and the safety of others is in your hands.
This message is from the Akinfade Foundation in partnership with the National Orientation Agency with support from MacArthur.
Welcome back. The number of new COVID-19 recoveries in Nigeria now stands at 14,292, with a discharge of 293 new patients. In a late-night tweet, the NCDC also announced 595 new cases recorded in 23 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Lagos, which accounts for more than one-third of the total number of infections, has now exceeded 13,000 confirmed cases. So far, 34,854 COVID-19 cases has been confirmed in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, of which 19,793 are active cases. The fatality toll, however, stands at 769 after 9 deaths were recorded on Thursday. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has asked very important personalities, VIPs, to obey all COVID-19 protocols at the nation's airports or risk being denied access to any of its facilities. In a statement on Friday, FAN condemned the action of Governor Umaru Fintiri of Adamawa State and former Governor Abdulaziz Yari of Zamfara State for flouting the guidelines in place for passenger facilitation at the Port Harcourt and Kano airports, respectively. Governor Fintiri and his entourage had allegedly refused to have their temperature checked on Tuesday, while former Governor Yari allegedly assaulted an environmental worker enforcing the COVID-19 protocol on Saturday. Though the two VIPs have denied the allegations, the authority condemned their actions, noting that persons of such caliber should show themselves worthy of occupying leadership positions by leading by example. Nigerian-born player Paul Onuachu, who plays for Belgian club Genk, will resume training today after recovering from the coronavirus. The club manager Hans Wolf confirmed this on Friday. Onuachu tested positive to COVID-19 on his return from Nigeria to the Luminous Arena ahead of their friendly match against Eintracht Termain, which was subsequently cancelled. The Super Eagles striker has since been in quarantine, but has now fully recovered from the virus and has tested negative after another round of tests. We'll take a break here to bring you business stories and more. Welcome back. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation has sought a legal backing from the National Assembly to enable it to hold directors accountable for bank failures, among other issues. The NDIC also sought clarification regarding the variances in the bills that might be perceived as overlapping mandates between the NDIC and the Central Bank of Nigeria in order to avoid any ambiguity in the laws governing their operations. According to Managing Director, Chief Executive NDIC, Umar Ibrahim, directors of banks should be held as they are personally liable without any limitation for the causes of the failure of their banks where they have been found to be negligent in managing the bank. The corporation said there was no need for the approval of the BN to be sought in the implementation of supervision, control and management, as well as resolution of distressed bank as reflected in the bill, as this constituted the core mandate of the corporation, which is the NDIC. And to foreign scene now, the U.S. Justice Department says former Gambian President Yahya Jammeh used the proceeds of bribery and embezzled public funds to buy a mansion in a Washington suburb when he was in power. In a civil forfeiture complaint filed by the U.S., Jammeh was alleged to have conspired to launder about $3.5 million through the purchase of a lavish home in Potomac, Maryland, a decade ago. He's said to have bought the property through a trust set up by his wife, Zineb Jammeh. The Justice Department added that the ex-director, dictator, acquired at least 281 properties during his time in office and operated more than 100 private bank accounts directly through companies and foundations in which he has shares and interest. Jammeh was 29 when he took power in a 1994 military coup. He ruled Gambia for more than 22 years and fled the country for Equatorial Guinea after losing the 2017 elections. Serena Williams will make her return to the Women's Tennis Association Tour at a new head court tournament in Kentucky in August. This was announced by the organizers of the tournament on Thursday. The 23-time Grand Slam champion Williams and 2017 U.S. Open winner Sloane Stephens will be in the field when the play begins on August 10. The WTA Tour and Men's ATP Tour are scheduled to resume in August 2020. The Kentucky tournament was one of two new events confirmed by WTA Chief Executive Steve Simon. Well, that's the latest from the newsroom at this time. Many thanks for joining us. I am Fidelea Aguncha. Bye for now.